Hello, hello, Fambulem. Una good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on whose part now the world you find yourself. Welcome once more to Sierra Media Live on Facebook and YouTube on the program How the Go Inside the Republic. We're happy to be here today. It's been a while, a good few weeks. We not come online, and me and our host Najuma Ba, if you join me for the first time. We welcome you, and for we regulars, we appreciate you now very much, and hope so now go share this program where we will all go come discuss. And if you're not able for comment and feel comfortable for comment, we'll appreciate your comments as well. Please share, and also don't forget to subscribe to our platforms so that we will come on with breaking news or unexpected programs when I go able for day with we live. As soon as I know, like I say, it's been a long while we haven't been here. It has to do with our own schedule, and other things that really happen. So it's been really challenging, but we did miss Suna, and we're glad we're able to do Tuna today. We can discuss on how they go inside the Republic. Before I introduce the topic, we sometimes when they see on the screen, I go welcome my co-host and what you call it, me bra na the game, Sylvester Duba, T-Boy, the man himself. Say hello to Fambulem.
Fambulem Akushe Kabo, and welcome to Sierra Leone Media Live on YouTube and Facebook, and welcome to the Thursday edition of How the Go Inside the Republic. Juma, anytime we begin call me full name by the program, I'm looking like
Why?
Because so many reasons. But we'll come to that anytime soon. But okay. I just want to reinforce what you say to review them for the fact that we haven't been around for quite some time now. And we know for say definitely on miss we don't have for the EU now. Push a cowboy, what's in the foot now? How about any come again? But definitely it's nothing to do with that. Now the fact number like Juma say, we have a lot of other extra curriculum activities that we catch up with live streaming that we always do use for do on a regular basis.
But they fluctuate stuff for stay on your mic.
We know the lanes, we know the back out. It's nothing about we know one for come on live programs them. But the fact number say we are kind of a little bit tied up with so many other personal issues then we will deal with where now they give you the freedom for make we come live like how we normally used to do. But like I say, we'll try the best we can. But I think say tonight is not any kind of special night. Just the fact number say we need for come and discuss a lot of issues that would have happened over the past couple of weeks, months, possibly I would say weeks and months to know each to hear it. So that's the thing, Padima, Juma.
All right, thank you so much again, Fambulem, Frederica, welcome, Hakira too, and everybody else really watch we in an invisible way. We will not see you all welcome. I don't know if you don't get you don't begin get highs na the YouTube HT boy. Anybody did at the YouTube we don't say hello to you long time.
Yes, we get Aisha, of course, for saying one of the regulars. Then of course James is around. And James don't lay along for quite some time as well. So yeah, we don't get few eyes, but like you say, there are many people who watched us. We still afraid for show.
We're not afraid. We decide for stay anonymous. Don't not say they're afraid.
Well, I'm not gonna say they're afraid per se, but they are very much cautious. But guess what? Yeah, we respect that as well. That's not an issue at all. Yeah. But we also they say thank you for them, thank you for watching, and thank you for the fact that you guys are always with us, even though we haven't been regularly online. But yeah, it is what it is. But we need a lesson that we'll always make sure say we at least spend some precious time with Una who need for discuss serious issues.
Yeah. Kotorabas, welcome, long time. Welcome. Happy to see you on the platform. Family, like we say, with today's program, we'll try for keep not too long, and that will be a promise because yeah, and that's what I say, and we will try for keep on because that's and I program will get for the revisit as time they go along. So we program today mostly is about the 26th November 26th incident in Salon, where we all know we can't give our own analysis. We are not experts, but we will say one kind of mot or give your opinion, your own views, your own comments, and highlight some of the conversation that we don't go around this incident since it happened on, was it Sunday or was it
Sunday morning?
Yeah, Sunday morning at 2 a.m. And around 2 a.m., 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning, particularly start na Freetown, and more or less now they don't be the hotspot for this incident. So they can analyze them in their own way. But the big question we say analyzing the November 26th incident in Sierra Leone, was it a coup d'etat? That's a big question, because that has been the conflicting message we don't get. It's a coup. No, it's not a coup. It's a coup. It's not a coup. So we're asking, based on the analysis, for C. We're not going to jump into conclusion, but we go left the viewers, then for make up on your opinion or share on your opinion and how I feel about the situation as well. Inside there, some key things, and they will really we go on for discuss, and those are of national importance. But we're going to go, or we're going to highlight, me and T-Boy will highlight them as we go along. So T-Boy, big question. November 26, you started getting phone calls. I get calls from strange people, from regular people, non-stop, which is unusual. So I was a little bit worried. Luckily, I not don't sleep yet. Because it was still early in the night to Usai Mide Naya. It was around 10:30, 11-ish. So I was not in bed yet. So I decided for return the calls. Oh, then say one they happen at tongue. Oh, fire then they gunshot na Freetown. Oh, so you don't check on this person, you don't check on that person. But when anything happen, we will for reach out to all man. So it becomes worrying and concerning. So that's how I received the message. What about you?
I think it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't normally go to bed early anyway. It was roughly about 1:30, going to 2, and my phone began bleep. As normally, when my phone bleep hour in the day, it's not just normal bleeping. And if it become constant, then I get to pay attention and say, okay, what is happening? How comes that I get regular bleeps on my phone? And I know say definitely the internet can still do some work. But I realize say the beep, they come too quick. So I have to pay attention to it. And then normally I can open, but not as much as all the various groups that we are engaging and they open up. But I begin open the same thing, they pop up in various different groups. But there was a specific group where constantly they give regular beeps. So, and this group not getting nothing for do with politics, not getting nothing for do with nothing in terms of what would you look at. Now, a total different group. But when something like that naturally begin pop up on a regular basis, I decided to pay attention. And then I begin getting messages, them of what's happen, one there, and they gunshot yonder, it escalates, and it move on. By the time we go about 3:15, it's becoming even more obvious to see there was some kind of gunfighting in Freetown. By the time we go to 3:34, it became pretty much obvious to say this might be a coup, it might not be a coup. So everybody got to give speculation. And you begin get videos them and audios them where they tell you say then they pan shoot here, then they shoot here and that, they read the gunshots, now bomb they don't explode. So it's not RPG. Unfortunately, I did not witness the way in civilian. So I don't know what's not the elements of that kind bomb explosion or what it would sound like. So I was a bit confused. But for the fact that I watch so many war films or films that we get for do with invasion or terrorism, I'm quite aware of some of the sound of the effects of some of their ammunition and the way people they highlight on the audios them. Well, this is just about audio. So that is how I get to realize that there was some kind of unrest in Freetown, and it don't start off from Wilberforce, it don't begin drag down to Spur Road, it drag down to Cockrell and other areas of Freetown until it begin fade out for go to the east. But my concerns now becomes very much of a concern because we get people already all over Sierra Leone anyway, all over Freetown. So not just that particular area, you begin to get concerned. So I start sending messages to people that I know within that area. Say, you don't sleep. If you don't sleep, grab, stay up, keep yourself alert and watch your environment because there is a lot of stuff happening right now with something you're not even aware of. So wake up and be attentive. So yeah, that's how it all happened for me.
Okay, well, thank you. You know, the interesting part that in as much as some people from Freetown were, be aware, a lot, majority, I would say, not be know wetin dey happen or
True.
not be even aware self, because somewhere, deep in sleep, they don't go inside and they sleep.
Yeah.
Some person, because of, Freetown is very chaotic and noisy. So people are used to different sound them so much that they're not able to distinguish whose one a serious sound and whose one not a serious sound. Secondly, you highlighted something, say you not witness the war. We get a young generation or young population, we not witness the war, or we maybe not ever witness coup situation or unrest in the country we involve, firing of guns and all. So they're not able to distinguish whose one a banger sound, whose one a motorcar tire, whose one a actual gun then the fire, whose one from government official or not official. But you go able for rule out say no to banger, because one, not to festive season, firstly. Secondly, I don't know if then they sell banger and saloon again.
Not that I'm aware of.
Exactly. So that they're out of it. But again, we know for say it's not an official, because waiting we know growing up over the years, now that way government's ready for explode bombs or anything where then they dispose of, then they put out a public notice and announce, say, in Benguima, so date and so term, will they explode, will they try for get rid of maybe weapons that will be done day somewhere, things like that, right? And then go announce them and then tell people the catchment area and outside people then for avoid. We obviously know for say not to how you call them, dynamite.
Yeah, dynamite.
Yeah, dynamite. They know they do that kind fishing in our saloon again. That's me aware of.
Well, it is still happening, but it's deep sea.
Right. So even if it happens deep sea, but we're not aware about that. But people know say that kind of fishing they happen. Okay. So it left we with a few things. So we begin call people and tell them, say, oh, something they happen. No? Now that, oh yeah, be here, I'm faintly, but I'm not being pay attention. Oh, I be here, but I'm not being no for say now something serious. Oh, now one green term no more, I just say palai. Some of we were witness coups, civil unrest, and the war. We possibly be in a better place for able get concerned.
One of which we don't highlight, so when we don't witness a series of coup plots in Sierra Leone anyway. I don't witness possibly about 3. So I know the amount of aggression with ammunition and weapons, with firing and artillery them of bombshells, then we possibly could. And I would say from the younger stage of the Sambango, and there will not been that much violence. Then you come to the in Salamiko Kadem, I'm aware of that one as well. And then of course, in 1977, it was not a coup d'etat, it was just an unrest. We get for involved, no school, no college. So that was then have been live rounds of ammunition and tear gas. So that not to anything serious thing. Of course, the MPRC coup, I witnessed the first one. I did not witness the second one. So basically those 3, I can actually say, yes, I witnessed those 3. And in the provincial towns as well, I witnessed a serious amount of, not Kamajors, I witnessed a lot of the Dobousu days when you begin get fights, then maybe they fight against each other at the same clan in terms of leadership. So basically, I have seen some amount of gun firing or shells of small amount of artillery, then we get heavy damage to mankind and the environment. So basically, yes, I have some idea. And of course, my knowledge now in what I know in terms of the stuff that I watch for educational purposes and for other reasons. So I'm quite aware of this sort of environment. So if I was in that situation, I'll be able to determine certain things that we are not physically see, but just based on the sounds, I'll be able to determine what that sound is actually representing. So yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you. And we can talk about if there has been any similarities between then coups then they with this incident. I still refer to this as an incident, right, because we don't know if it is a coup, a mutiny, or what, because we still get conflicting information. So they made the November 26th incident, we go refer to them as that for the purpose of this program until we find out exactly, we don't reach conclusion now, so say now coup or not. But this is what we are going to say now. It's an incident where we can discuss around and compare a reference and to things that we don't happen in the past where we are aware of. Okay, so I can share maybe some of my own experience with what T-Boy they say, because we lived it. So obviously, we don't hear about Kuna Salon. The one we me prominently know about is the 1985-86 coup, we then say the Minas and Kaikais.
Yeah, I missed that one.
So staged against late President Momo. Mm-hmm. We then say I call him Hillcourt Road at the bridge. But then say then foil that. So that was one thing. And I know, and I give me a reason why I highlight that. Okay. So that was 1985, 1986 then. Then they happened. We know say police people were arrested. Majority of the other people that were arrested were politicians and civilians.
That's the Bambe Camara one, isn't it?
No.
The Francis Mina one, is it not the same with the Bambe Camara one?
No, it's not.
Okay, the Bambe Camara one after the MPRC coup.
Right. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So that was specific. So a lot of people were arrested. Kaikai.
Juma, so I know a lot then because it's
exactly. So Kaikai have been police, head of police, or CPO na New Englandville police station, where them be arrested. Also, the prominent names they would mention. Then the former vice president then, Mina, was one person that was arrested as well. Say he had a hand or you know about him. You get a Lebanese person, Kazim Ali, that was arrested. A few names then, where they be arrested and put them saying that because of coup. So then there was a raid in the afternoon hours, just like this one, after the arrest them. Now we call it Waterloo Street area or Brook Street area, where they say they
Waterloo Brook Street, yeah. Where they the meeting.
Exactly. Then say people let me they keep meeting then and they plan and plot for the coup.
Yeah.
Okay. In the afternoon hours, people were arrested and all sorts. That's one. That trial go on for a while. A few people were acquitted and discharged, whereas the others were hanged. Okay, then killed them. Up until today, you have family members of those people where they say, we pausing not be the pan coup. Okay? We pausing not be the pan coup, but they hold them and kill them unnecessarily. Okay, I want you to note that down, and the reason why I make a mention that for the purpose of this program. So that was the 85-86 thing. After that, we get the 1992 coup against the same president, President Momo. So he started, and that one again, to the example we said earlier, we see them in the morning preparing to go to school. What's happening? We palai. So it's not be the excuse. Nothing people let me say happen.
Oh, yeah, my man, they come protest for the food ration.
No, before that, they say that you buy them a cutting tree. Say that you buy them with the day coup. They say that you buy them and they kill. So we all took it as that. I still remember they eat breakfast.
But then on our own soul, that's its explanation, and because we not get that.
No, well, that was the first. Now they tell you, wait till me, at the share meal, you know. So when my uniform trusses, sit down, they eat breakfast for grab go school, see run people in the run. So that was in the morning hours. You know, so it disrupt everything. Then we hear now say soldier man and don't come for camp protest for food, supplies, and all of those kind of things. Soldier protests. Ended up by 3, 4 in the afternoon, 10 to 5, there was an announcement say it's a coup. Okay? You get government forces against, well, they're all government forces. You get the one that are pro-government where they protect the constitution and the state, begin to fight back against the mutineers then at the time. We come from upline, including the current president, you know, President Bio was part of that coup. So they announced up officially, so obviously we cannot say it wasn't a coup. So it was a coup. Whether it was just a protest that turned to a coup, but it ended up becoming a coup. We get the legitimate government was overthrown. You know, presidents come on, then whisk come out of the country or escape. And then we get NPRC 1 led by Captain Valentine Strasser. So that happened. Within the NPRC, there were other situations, like how you mentioned the Bambi cameras. So when NPRC take over, what happened? They arrested a lot of politicians, maybe they serve in our government, because Sierra Leone was a one-party state. We been there in prison, including Bambi Camara. These people were later killed in December of that year for, say, them be the try for plan a coup inside Pademba Road. So them be the inside Pademba Road, according to the allegation and report we get, 20, was it 29 of them? Yes, 29. About 29 people. So 29, you know, I make a laugh, right?
Yes. Coincidence.
Okay, so 29 people, you know, including Bambi Camara and others, the Salami Koka we mentioned.
One question, is this a different coup d'etat from the Fonadem?
Yes, that was before, way before.
Okay.
So now can we go back? That's in the may not get sense it. Yeah, so I don't know. Yes. So the Bambi Camaras and others were killed, and we don't get somebody. Now we platform when a regular guest of we, Yusuf Jallo, the Cow Footprints, we share with we, say in Papa, we be the serve na the military, na the military officer, then take him, then care and go, then say be the part of the coup, then come meet and or state today, nobody able for account for him. He was killed and their bodies disposed of in a way they're able for account for them. Okay, that was within the, after NPRC coup, there was a coup or an alleged coup where people go through prison and then kill them and all sorts of things. Then we get within the NPRC 2 in 1995, where now the president Bio Eyon coup. That one come out again late afternoon, where then come on at Benguma because then we get military passing out day that day. Then after that, then kind of cocktail, we say there was what they refer to as a palace coup. A palace coup, then get a meeting. Inside the meeting room, they execute the coup. President, you know, the head of state then, Captain Strasser, was sent to Guinea, and then President Bio announced himself as the leader of that coup. That was, I think, in January of 1996. So January 1996, if I'm not mistaken, the day, but it was 1996. So we had that. So within 1985, 86 to 1996, we get how many? About 4 coups within that period. 2 successful, 2 failed. Right? Then in 1997, we power changed hands. But before, in 1997, in 1996, where power changed hands, we get another set of people that were arrested, say they make coup. That was Johnny Paul Kroma and other people that were arrested. Maybe they're in prison, maybe they're going to court for court martial. And I think I went to a couple of the court martial sessions, high court there or whatever, we then can go Johnny Paul them, say they make coup. That was 1996. So they don't go for months. Then they try to find out whether actually not true, say they plan this coup or then succeed or whatever, a group of them, I can't remember how many. Then in 1997, May 25, we got a coup. Where that coup, the people that were come inside, we were palai early morning, we wonder what's happen. We don't know nothing. Pass we say, hey, then don't go broke Pademba Road. Pademba Road, who that they inside there? Johnny Paul Kroma been there and other military people, and then pull them out. Later, not Johnny Paul Kroma, people announced that it was a coup, then don't succeed, and then go announce their leader later. So it was not a Johnny Paul Kroma coup, it was a coup that was made, and later they appoint Johnny Paul Kroma as their leader. As far as me know, if you want to look at it, because there was no proof that he participated in the coup.
Yeah.
He was in prison, been there on court martial for alleged coup. As a major then young soldiers, other ranks them, we don't serve na NPRC, then can they make coup, then go broke the prison and put Johnny Paul them and can they install him as their leader. So that was 97. We lead with that. We go 1998, which happened. They restore democracy again and the country by ECOWAS and ECOMOG forces and other foreign interventions. Then we had the 1999 January 6 situation. That one again started, say, and these are all within a period where the war they go on. Because we get the war from 1991 up to 2002. So within that period, then the war still been gone. We begin to say soldiers, then they come first, come to Waterloo area, then they go back, come and go, finally, then come into Freetown. So then come into Freetown, later, early morning, fast month, we don't sleep, just like how every Sierra Leonean was sleeping on November 26, or majority were sleeping. Then we hear footsteps here and there, people in the Allah will come on a door, can ask what's in the happen and say rebel and don't come. Who say where the rebel? We not see gun, we not hear gun fire, but on the liable, okay, we not see them. Not knowing, saying that the rebel and they tell we say rebel and don't can they all load them, then they go. Because that was my first question. Say, how rebel go come then fire behind you also they able to all this bundle from way in our Wellington, you carry it and chain a central. How is that possible? Because why a gun sound, I know it, I need to find out. Me na munko can to that.
You can wanna do.
Yeah, like them village people, they go 5 miles inside the village. Pass during the film no one, the only tenant they make that brave.
Can you imagine?
Yes. So you had the 1999 January 6 situation. And the reason I make a highlight for let people understand, say, what happened on November 26th, the November 26 incident, is not new in Sierra Leone, not to the first time. There has been successful coups, there has been incidents of gunfire and all of that, or civil unrest in the country. We get 1990 with him. Then we get a May 28th incident where we gone people and begin far in the country and all of that kind of thing. That was kind of another one. I think that was in 2000. Yeah, in 2000, May 28th. incident happened again. So you don't see, say, not a new thing. You know, that was after January 6th, so we still get that kind of thing. The AFIC then be ruled for 7 months and then kill about 25 of them. Later in 1998, we then court-martialed and killed 25 people or so, including a woman, Kula Samba, we then seen her and participate in that coup. So we get the 1998 incident in 2000. We ended up getting a war. We then see the war done in 2002. So things then don't happen. But what happened along that time, then they were clear. They're able to tell, we say, now A, B, C, and D people, and then do this. Or A, B, C, and D people claim, say, now we do this. But with November 26th incident, up until this moment, it is unclear, I think, who that's responsible. So we're asking the questions here. Firstly, now who that then they be in this? Who that then do this? And is it a coup? La Engane first, Tiboy.
Interesting analysis, because the analysis were on point with dates. Me not too good with the dates then, but I remember clearly some of them I witnessed in Sierra Leone, some I wasn't there anymore. So I not go defend some of the one the way I not in a saloon for. But saying that, I think there was a huge amount of hallmarks of everything we don't mention or highlight, especially when it comes to the elements of the coup that we don't highlight, say you were part of, as in you see, or you witness, or you hear. That now just a brief explanation for those that doesn't know. We might have people who are maybe in their 20s, in their late 30s, in their early 30s or mid 30s. We possibly don't know about the existence of the amount of coup they are, so we don't highlight. So I remember back in the days, I could say 20, 30 years back, bringing somebody of age now, we go possibly then at the streets, we know exactly what's in our wiseness. Something go old 35, they go 40. You're not going to witness any of the things else will happen for like get a memory. They say, yes, I remember so we don't get 4, 5, 6 schools. And the majority age range of the dynamics we talk about so right now, the people in Pasal Manasalu. So if you look at that deeply, this is new to them. They've never seen it. They've never heard about it. Maybe they only hear like a film, like a story. You know the actual essence of what in this one mean for those of us that have experienced part of this kind of scenes that we see. Like I always say, there is a hallmark of coup d'etats in all parts of the world, not just necessarily in Sierra Leone, but all over the world. There is a trademark. There is a pattern of sequence. There is a template. Where that template they serve now, South America where they get coup, some part of Europe where they get coup, some part of Asia where they get coup, some part of India where they get coup, and some part of Africa where they get coup.
Right.
Because it all comes from one specific profession, military.
Yeah.
And the military gets a trademark of how then they execute coups all over the world. It's the same.
Right.
It doesn't change.
Right.
Their mandate is approaching 2 things. 1, the office of power. 2, who suddenly gets arms and ammunition. 3, attack. 3, attack and make their public announcements. Those are the 3 primary landmark of any coup d'etat all over the world.
Right.
Because if you did not secure the office of the incumbent, you haven't succeeded in any coup. If you don't get a public or national station, either television or radio, or make your public announcement, you haven't succeeded in that coup. If you not get enough arms and ammunition, you haven't succeeded. So those are the 3 hallmarks of coup d'etat all over the world.
Right. And I'm happy you mentioned that.
Okay. Why?
Very important that you mentioned that. And You see, so this is why a nice forgetting conversation here days after. So we can ask questions. We're not asking questions to say this person they lie or you know they lie. But like you say, you get for reference and to other things. So now I have reference to waiting. Waiting don't happen in Sierra Leone from time. The NPRC coup, now look at the prominent ones, we succeed. Okay. The NPRC coup, we then do waiting and car with guns. And who were they? Military people. From where? From the war front, because we had an existing war. So they can get ammunition and then possession. Because before the war, Sierra Leone, even during the war, arms and ammunition is controlled.
Yeah, limited supply.
Not so like now, where every soldier man or every OSD get gone. OSDs at the time, whatever they call them,
ISU.
Which is internal security unit. That's why I was ISU for. Now OSD. What's the name of the all?
Koboko. That's it.
At most, they get tear gas gun.
They also use cane.
Cane, tear gas gun, and Koboko. Now the three things they get. That are one. Military people, only people where they on assignment, be they get gun and we get ammunition.
And the ammunition are just one magazine, no more.
One magazine, then they give them, and then they bullets them.
Yeah.
And if you the commander, you duty post, you are not allowed to rove around the country with arm and ammunition. You are not allowed before the war, and even during the war, they were not allowed to. But now, every soldier man, every OSD, they all get gone. Then they sleep with another host, then they sleep with another girlfriend host, then they go on a port with them, then they go watch football with them. So the risk, because we don't see the disarm police and soldier them and stuff like that. We've seen it. So we don't lost one thing. That's one. Secondly, you highlighted, so the prominent coups in Sierra Leone, the NPRC 1 and 2, and the AFRC coup, they're all been get access to weapon, one, and they all do waiting, going at the seat of power. The first NPRC coup, NPRC 1, then first place where they come, that's State House.
State House, yeah.
Lead to State House and come and barricade State House and make sure they take control of that area.
The State House being the opposite, this Paramount Hotel was the next.
When are they State House still there?
No, well, you know, say down in the hotel been the exist as hotel until they make Paramount Hotel a Ministry of Defense. Yeah, so it was a hotel there.
So all yonder, they make sure they seize it. The second thing, they did not have access to go to SLBC. That's what they call it SLBS. Then gonna bin to money. FM 94 bin day and make them false announcements. Say there is a coup, they have succeeded, and the president where they don't run away and they don't take over. And then go inform the country in due course. And they ask every other person where be serve na government for make sure say let them go report na the nearest police or whatever with them passport or whatever. Not so?
Yep.
That was the first thing. NPRC 2, President Bio in coup where he make when I single-handedly make, we call put an away there. The first one and we say a group of people, but this one he was the leader. He announced that he don't make coup. Then come up Benguima, what did they do? The law, the head of state, so Cockrell
and enclosed environments.
Enclosed environments when I so the way they overpower them, disarm them, and wait call them and pull and come out now the country and announce. AFRC coup. Then come, then go broke Pademba Road, pull people and come out inside there. You understand? Waiting and do. Then go straight to SLBC or SLBS and go announce. Say there is a coup. Even the one we know to be coup, when in 1999, January 6, there was an announcement, and that announcement was made as well at State House. So, bringing it to this, and as T-Boy don't highlight, coups not only Africa, it happen. It don't happen in Asia. It happen in some part in Europe. It don't happen in the Middle East, right? Middle Eastern countries there, we don't see. And African countries as well, other African countries there. What did they do? Now then three main things here, so you get a print then they Panam. But the question why we they ask, was this a coup or not? The explanation we don't get up to this point that a group of people go attack the armory now Wilberforce. And one the way people need to understand, Wilberforce may have arms and ammunition because they're a military base, but not today now we ammunition dump. We have a ammunition installation in Freetown.
Not in the dump.
At the main one, at the dump that one day.
Yep.
And you have one, I don't know whether that still exists, up na Tower Hill, close to authorizing office.
Tower Hill one is more or less protecting State House and Parliament, but it's not.
It's an ammunition dump. That's particularly what it was for. There was a playground.
Yeah, I know, because of all
yeah. So we say a group of people can take arms. And in 1992 and 1997 and 1995, Usai exists as President's Lodge, not be exist as President Lodge. Okay? What will we get? Kabasa Lodge.
Kabasa Lodge.
Right?
You get Kabasa Lodge, PK Lodge.
Lodge.
The PK Lodge have been the Palm Canal Lodge, Kabasa Lodge, and the ministry the right. And then of course now you get checking your lodge always within a Kinyama Road.
So we get and since the war and after the 1997 coup, the president at the time, President Kaba, may he so rest in peace, where Nigeria helped we for renovate this place inside and there as President Lodge so decide for begin the work na us because it was not safe for go na State House at the time. So sometimes he would work at home. So now so it become a practice for the president either for choose for go work na State House or for work from home. So we know say it's a President Lodge. So Wilberforce to the President Lodge is about 2 miles. 2 miles at most. Because if you walk out from Wilberforce to President Lodge is about 45 minutes.
Not possible, it's less than that.
No, just say it's slow walk and all that and the traffic. You take you
Wilberforce Junction, it's just less than that.
So it's about 2 miles.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why it will take you. Now the distance are about, even if you reach. That's one. What else is close to Wilberforce? The Vice President's office, which is about 500 meters, even if that, from Wilberforce today. These people, let's say, then come for can make coup. Why spear all them place then they and not go there direct? Based on what T-Boy say and the history where we don't see. That's the first question. Secondly, they had an opportunity where they go up in Pademba Road prison for Gosai. SLBC. They did not go to SLBC. Let's say, for argument's sake, SLBC been laid down. You have other radio stations more now than before. Before you not been get much competing radio stations. You have the AYVs, you have other ones. They did not go to anyone and announce, say there's a coup. That's question. My other question would be, how many are these actually people who come out and go invade the Wilberforce barracks? on our people away already they within the Wilberforce barracks go invade there. And how much ammunition then go with? Did they come with cars, with vehicles? How much arms we been did it, and how much we then go able for go with? Because we already say then get beaucoup arms and ammunition that we then go with. That's one. The other question is, why get beaucoup arms and ammunition at Wilberforce where we not get a war? And why na woman then been there na the guard post for the ammunition dump? According to which we hear, some of the information, it may be true, it may not be true. Okay? So these are the questions that we ask. Did that meet the test for a coup or not? Because if you say a failed coup, that means there was an attempt. So was there an attempt in the first place for a coup or not? So many questions. So many questions that you go ask. And we hope the investigation will come out and, give explanation to some of them. Let's happy for Steve.
It's good you highlight the end of your discussion. Say it good say an investigation go find out some of the details of the questions that we ask. We are asking questions, not necessarily mean to say the questions don't have answers. Of course, they have answers, but we don't have the answers to the questions. So basically, if you're watching and it's just about creating an environment for the individual Sierra Leoneans, them we get experience of the past element of coup d'etat in Sierra Leone, make a decision on whether this is a coup or it wasn't, whether it was an attempted coup or it wasn't. And look at the hallmarks of coup d'etat. We don't even happen very close to Guinea. What happened? Condé was arrested in his hotel suite and was publicly displayed to the world that he's under house arrest. And we had an announcement immediately after. What did they use? They used serious artilleries of armored vehicle and barricade the entire building. So nobody goes in, nobody goes out. So they were in full control. That's now one. Burkina Faso, equally the same thing. What happened is exactly what's happened. Guinea, what's happened in Mali, what's happened in other parts of the world. So basically, there is a whole
Niger,
pattern.
Gabon.
It's the same. So let me look at now, what are the comparison with our one? Okay, you might ask the question, who were the leaders? What's that in common? And when they get to Freetown, what happened? Okay, you are in a close proximity. Let's say, play the devil's advocate. I am going to get myself to Freetown, and I know the distance from Wilberforce Barracks to State House. I know the distance from Wilberforce Barracks to State Lodge. I know the distance from Wilberforce Barracks to SLBC. I know the distance from Wilberforce Barracks to Cochrane. If I am well armed, I know all them proximity they are so, and I want to achieve my goal. Where do you think should be my first priority? Taking into consideration, I'm taking you off guard. You're not ready. You possibly are in bed. You don't have a clue of what is going to happen. It doesn't take you split seconds to reinforce or prepare. It will take you at least a minimum of half an hour to an hour. I will have been in the position to overwhelm you with everything that I have at that particular point in time. The scenario that we are trying to create is for every individual to be able to understand the concept of what we're saying, not to be judgmental and say, well, okay, now coup or not to coup. Yeah, you can easily ask that question. But what do you think rationally? How will you assess a situation like that? Not listening to other people. Look inside yourself and use your mindset of your intelligence of who you think you are and what will you be convinced with. The other question I have, we don't see the amount of destruction where gunshots they get. Yeah. For example, if you are into serious battle with series of rounds of AK-47 ammunition and you are firing at a specific target, we will see the hallmark of that battlefield. And what would that be? There will be a fingerprint of bullet shots all over the premises of that particular battle area. There will be residue of gunpowder and empty shells all over that vicinity of that particular battle. So basically, there will be elements of bomb explosion that will trigger a lot more of other casualties, taking into consideration all of these activities are happening at night. I don't see you, don't see me. I am fighting somebody that we don't see. I used to have a brother who been the now war front. They say, T-boy, you tell me where they go war front. We did this on a battlefield. We did tell the rebel and say, me man, tomorrow they come, so now forget it for me. So basically, I just find somebody between them. So now we look at the reality. How many empty shells will we find? Now that heavy battlefield is not 15 minutes battle. It's not 1 hour battle. 4 hours at least of heavy artillery, of bombardments and crossfire. You have any evidence of any casualty that you think is commensurate to what has happened that night before morning hours? Do you see any evidence of bullet holes in houses we don't be rapid? How many ashtray bullets you don't actually see? Say many people got injured with broken legs because we know how ashtray bullet they go. We know how ashtray bullet they shoot. We know how ashtray bullet they fall. Now, areas that you don't actually aim at. So basically, that's my question. If we not get any evidence of anything in it, let's bring it to the open. Let's have a fair discussion of what we are saying. Whether you're wrong, you're right, whether we're correct, not correct, whether it's a coup, it's not a coup. Let's come out with the evidences. Salon on there now the age of social media elites. We all know what happens, right? We all know what happens behind the scene. We all know what happens in front of the scene. Of course, we have a government. We're very good at social media evidence, right? We see what happens in broad daylight of some of the activities that we happen between the few crossfire that we see. There were physical gruesome evidence of video and picture footages all over the country.
Right.
It takes one to be sensible enough not to share those gruesome videos of casualties of any sort, whether right or wrong. But we saw it all. So these are like physical strong evidence of the reality of the daylight battle that we didn't see, or that some of us possibly saw, not present, but in open social media feeds. So now, let's go back a little bit, 4 hours behind. The amount of confrontation where we see during the day inside Freetown in specific areas is not even 5% compared to the amount of bombshells and artillery firing where we are for 4 hours of the night or the morning of Sunday. Where are the realities of those incidents? We're not supposed to see them. Na secret, na hiding, or it didn't happen. Do you might remember during the war where they can say they rebel and they fire empty bullets? Remember that incident in Otoso? Where you go there, then rapid fire. Pow, 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 pow. But there is nothing actually coming out, it's just blanks. Yeah, and you don't go see any debris of shells. It's just about the shots, the sound. That's right. Just what you hear. And again, when they fire live bullets, the sound is different. The sound, it gets some sharp sound where you hear. If you hear that sound, that means you are alive.
Mm-hmm. The piercing sound.
That's it. And also, if you go up in the air, it'll go with a spark.
Yeah.
So what thing make we realize say the January 6th one we see was real? The bullet them they go up in the air like a way you just fire banger. Now so they go. So you just see the actual reality of what in the conspired. Do we have any evidence of that? We saw people making videos behind closed doors.
And we hear his sound, but we not see any.
Did not see those sort of sound bites. Because like I said to you, if me hear live rounds, I will determine whether this is a live rounds or not. So you don't get for telling me. I'm too old enough to know that crap. Anyway, but let's be real. Is there any evidence of those bomb fights or shells where you don't see rapidly now the very Wilberforce day itself? Question. Do we have the answers? I don't know. Or maybe somebody they will get the answer with something up, pull the picture. Maybe somebody they will film that incident, they will know how to display the picture. But these are the questions we're asking. We know they say this not coup, this not so cool. We they ask the questions of the hallmark of coup d'etat. Yeah. And we know the answers between me and you. What is the hallmark of coup d'etat? Do we have to think otherwise?
So let me go outside. We have the we get I don't know if we'd already, but we'll get a statement, the president's statement. Okay. Post maybe 8 or 10 hours later at night, because the incident starts at 2 in the morning and the president's speech was at 8 p.m. at night. So that was a good what? How many hours that? So we would like possibly at some points to play the president's speech and hear what he say. And the reason why could say this is very important. And this is not the social media age. We don't hear a lot of blames, say people and they misinform people and they incite people through social media. Okay? But we get governments where they put out statements, not social media, where most of their statements and they come out for be untrue. Because if the presidents don't say one thing, but then people within the government, they say different things, what do we believe? So that is why we are asking this question. Was it a coup d'etat or not? Let me know when we're ready to play the president's speech. Whilst we do that, Tiboy don't open the thing bigger than I would expect.
I don't open Kanka woman.
You have, because I don't think about that side about the videos, we were not able for analyze for say the sound, is it actually a live bullet and a live round? Or is it just a gun sound? Because people create scenarios.
Of course.
You can create sounds that sounds real.
But me a sound effect specialist. So.
I know that. So, and my first question, again, it come back to the same thing. How many people went to, if it was outsiders that went to Wilberforce barracks, how many? That's one. Two, even if Nada, you remember there was a video going around where they say Soja Man and they tell people them for come out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if Nada group day, if Nada just that group they didn't go inside Wilberforce barracks, they would have caused a lot of mayhem in there.
True.
Because another hallmark of coups where we know say they happen, they will either go and bring senior officers then waiting at the barracks for join them, or they kill them. Then they go target them because they know their houses, they know their mess, whose side they live. And that is what we've seen happen in the past. Second question I get, while should they wait for, see if we could get the video play, is the Pademba Road incident. But we'll come for can discuss them in detail, but I just discuss them in terms of manpower. We don't see Pademba Road open before during Coup, particularly 1997 Coup. We know say then go then shoot, broke the padlock, everything, go inside. Some people died at the crossfire and some able to escape. Some were abducted. But we don't know who that go open Pademba, because when we read the videos of prisoners, then go say na government people and then can open for we. Okay, but it can be anybody who wears military uniform or OSD uniform. So we don't know whether an actual, official person go do them on a person where they I call them impersonate. But the question again is, may you see prisoners when they old and they open padlock, then they broke. Then Tima comfortably they broke for let them come in and come out. And people, prisoners, for the first time, we see prisoners the way they come out, where they don't go open for, they're able to forget that they rest bag with them things them. Some man get a popo bag, some man get a water bucket, in kakapo, all in their whole arm, they come out, then they go. And we saw them strolling.
And conveniently too, not in any hurry.
Strolling at the street of Freetown. Strolling for go. Then they work in groups of, half cells, where then they go. So it's still baffling how they go open for them. And who that go open for them. And why they go open for them. These are the questions. Is it related? Is this a coup or is it not a coup? Give me thumbs up when you're ready. All right. We can play President Bio in speech on the day. I think the speech lasted for about 3 minutes, the shortest president speech in,
in history.
In history, we remember. Over to you. So let's listen, then we'll come there.
The attackers have been repelled by a combined team of gallant security forces, and calm has been restored. Most of the leaders have been arrested. Security operations and investigations are ongoing. We will ensure that those responsible are held accountable through due process. I acknowledge the bravery and dedication of our armed forces, police, and all those who played a role in defeating this attempt to undermine the peace and stability we have worked so hard to achieve. Their commitment to the defense of our democracy deserves our deepest gratitude. I thank all citizens for complying with the security measures and advise everyone to remain vigilant and to cooperate with the security forces. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, in times like this, we are reminded of the importance of national unity. Let us not succumb to fear or division. Let us come together as one people, one nation. Our strength lies in our unity, and it is through solidarity that we can overcome challenges that come our way. I call on all political leaders, traditional leaders, civil society, and citizens across Sierra Leone to continue working to preserve the peace of our Your Commander-in-Chief, I want to assure everybody who is resident in Sierra Leone that we have overcome this challenge, and together we will continue on the path of progress and development. May God bless Sierra Leone and its resilient people. Long live the Republic of Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much, Mr. For playing that for us. T-Boy, you don't listen to the speech. So our question, what did the president say? Did he say it was a coup or not?
That wasn't clear. I can't say. That was not a clear call. He just highlights it. There was some issues we happened at Wilberforce ammunition dump, and that's pretty much what happened. And situation is under control. The security apparatus, they make sure they get things on track, and that's it really. Shortest, like you say, but I think my own question to that will come later on. Well,
I would like for you. I would like for your question.
So a few things. One, I make comparative analysis of an incident of this nature when you look at the possibility of this kind of magnitude of attack. We'll not possibly don't see Nasalon for quite some time. And the address we able to forget from the presidency right up till date, to me, it's not, not strong enough with the kind incidents we happen. Put it that way. There is no element of direct statement for Ashobi civilians for Sierra Leone. No worry. We should be comfortable with the situation because everything is under control. But what happened within a day of, it's not field battle. What happened within a day of city battle between military officers and coup plotters is primarily of very high importance for make the people of Sierra Leone feel assured for say, this is what has happened. This is why it happened. These are the culprits that were involved in an incident that took place for the past couple of hours, and we have apprehended some, and some are on the loose. So I want to assure all civilians to keep their heads down and make sure that they focus in anything we need to do. But we try for investigate some further. But to me, when I make two comparative analysis with the August 12 situation and this particular one, August 9 and this particular one, 9 and 10, the weight and gravity of the two incidents. Now, chalk and cheese. I tell you what I said on chalk and cheese. Chalk, nah, one way they just dust and you forget about it. And cheese, you put it on it, it melts in a couple of seconds. So basically, now chalk and cheese. The August incident is now like a direct impact of a normal civil unrest in a situation where you go say people are not happy, then it's gone through, so they go do a protest. Fine. And during that process, that protest day, we only get a couple of gunshots fired. Not even any sort we could create any kind of mayhem within the entire.
But that was mainly by security forces.
I know. Then make I say.
So clarify that.
So basically, if that incident day happened the way how it be so, and we receive a minimum of 20, 25 to half an hour statement from the president at that particular point in time, highlighting all the root causes, this coup d'etat attempt is even worse because
alleged coup d'etat.
Alleged coup d'etat is even worse because what make I say so? The element of force being used against military officers alleged and against civilians alleged or against the city as a whole alleged is extremely tough and hard. For me, we only get a 3 minutes message from the president assuring the citizens of Sierra Leone. To me, I don't know the reason why it was too short. I don't know the reason why it was even put together in that manner. But again, I am not a government official, so I cannot defend that. Or I will question the fact that I was expecting possibly more information.
So is it a situation wherein the president wanted to put out a picture of, for sure that he's in control, he's not in panic, he has everything under control? Because you see, at one point in the middle of the speech, he was smiling.
That is what my concerns were raised as well.
So,
because again, are you giggling about something that's serious?
Right. So it is smile and give confidence, say, I am in control, I'm in full control. And also, but again, remember this part of the speech. He said the leaders of this particular thing, they don't hold them. The leaders.
So they are leaders?
Yes. So who are these leaders that have been apprehended? The public don't know yet. The leaders, according to the president in speech on the Sunday night, he said the leaders and they don't hold them. Not so?
Yep.
So if you don't hold them, that means you have prior intel of the people we organize this incident, we execute them. So we don't hold the leaders, because for letting you able to know and identify, say, first now the leaders then means you're cocksure.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't apprehend the leaders, then the public, then for don't make it known to the public, say these are the leaders of this.
Quick question.
Yes.
About a year before election or a couple of months before election, we had an alleged coup d'etat as well. An alleged coup plotters, not coup d'etat, but coup plotters. People that they said are of interest to the security forces may have spoiled a coup attempt, but with no gun firing. It's just the fact that these people were organizing themselves too.
Are they come there?
Okay, I just want to highlight that because I want to ask a question. Have we heard about any conclusive situation in that regard back then?
Or are they come there? Yes, no.
Who were the people that were arrested that were suspects? Have we had names?
Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
But we will discuss that day as we go along. So in the first place, let we done with the president's statement. So if you say, when I don't arrest the leaders, then that means say you have prior intel of this. You have prior intel of this situation or this incident. And but the public, make it known to them, say these are the leaders of this coup. So now you don't arrest them, then you say they do further investigation. Fine, which is good. But something mind-boggling and baffling happened. Where, because again, honesty is important when they deal with issues like this of national interest and issues that were critical. Because recently the president meets with ECOWAS people, officials from ECOWAS and Nigeria, top officials, including military people. In that meeting, the president made a bold statement and directly accused the opposition. Says the opposition party, their handiwork on this one, just like how they down at them do August 10. Direct accusation on the opposition. So How? We don't know. But then the presidency will be they don't arrest the leaders. Who are the leaders that they arrested? Are they opposition members that they arrested? And what's the proof that the people who them be arrested now opposition members them? Because two statements, but they can go together. One for the public and the one we make for the international community. So that's one. Coming to your question, and now we can look at list of people. So the people of interest where the government they after right now, who are they? Are they the leaders? Are they participants? Are they part of the plot? Or are they just victims of situation? Because we get two separate lists. The first list come out from Insai, the Sierra Leone police of wanted people. We comprise how many names? 34 names.
4 names.
34 names from the Sierra Leone police. Then we get a revised list we come out from, or let not say revised, a second list we come out from that, the Ministry of Information. We say this nine are the official list. This is the official list. Comprising how many names?
29.
29 names. So, outside the discrepancy there, from 34 to 29, who does supply the police them the list, where them put out of 34 names. Then later decide say no, not to 34 people, but not 29. And T-Boy, you know why that is important.
Yeah, of course.
Because we deal with what? A national security situation. We deal with life and death situation here. We deal with a situation where need for proof beyond all reasonable doubt and give credibility to the information we get. So you want to tell me, say the police lied? If that is the case, how then come up with 34 names? How then come up with their names then they? Who that decide for put their names then they as wanted? Because the moment where you put bounty on people and name, and you put them pictures, name, and everything, you don't make them targets.
Yeah.
Even
targets.
Yes, even if now 1 minute, what if with that list they been come out of the 34 names, the 5 people that will possibly not make the 29 names, let's say security forces, they will be there about, right? Meet up them, then shoot them on sight. What happened to those people? That's one. 2, we see, say, the list of names, there are discrepancies even there. Even the Huawei governments put out. Because one of the names don't come out, I don't know if you have the names there, where then show, say, this person, a person will die. He don't die already, he been in a prison, and I make tell you, say, they come to that thing, because they were part of the group of people that were arrested, say, now they're responsible for that foil coup.
Oh, the previous one.
Correct. Okay? That's 1. 2, so if Diamond possibly know they're alive, in named in that list, then they already don't undermine the credibility of that list there. Something Ibrahim or something like that is a military guy, warrant officer. It's a warrant officer. Let me see here. Yeah, Ibrahim Saidu Kamara, warrant officer to RSLFA, Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Ibrahim Saidu Kamara. So if you look at the government where they say this is not the official list, he is number 3 on that list.
Yeah.
He's number 3 on that list, on the government list, we claim say these people are wanted. But how can you put someone who is already dead, confirmed dead, on a wanted list? That's the first question. The first question. The second question is you have a list where the police been pulled. Let me go back and check something. Where the police pull, if you watch the second name when Sako Kamara, okay, on the police their list, Sako Kamara and Almami Usman Kamara. Now the same person, gonna the same picture. Sako Kamara, except if not twin them. But watch them, T-boy, if you look.
Yeah, I'm seeing both pictures here with me, yeah.
So Sako Kamara and Almami Usman Kamara, now the same people are waiting at the police list. So let's go now and check the government list. So on the government list, you get Sako Kamara on the list, but Almami Usman Kamara not make the government list. So that's another question. How did that happen in the first place? So they actually agree say the first list na fake.
Well,
who made the list would have provided the names them, and how if the first list fake, wetin make the second list credible, where it still they carry one of the names, one of the picture we carry two names them. And you get another military officer there na the first list, when an officer, a major. Abayomi Thomas, major, we not make the second list. So what happened? So let's say this now is serving, and a serving major we active, right? So if you get somebody we active, they serve now the military, and then say an incident like this, then in name make the first list the police the list, because police list are official list.
Yeah.
The moment you make them public say wanted, you don't put bounty on people them, you don't make them. So if somebody go meet that officer, that major day, and then they shoot him and kill him, what happens? So we don't see how many people. 4 names, right? Now I'm missing. So
yeah, we have 5 discrepancies.
5 discrepancies. So therefore, look now for the 5th one. We not make the Ministry of Information the list. Now watch quick and see if I go see names then now. So if me I good better.
Well, again, why see the watch? The breakdown of that to me is of serious concern. One of which, now the fact say people's names and faces has been publicly displayed as wanted individuals. Like you highlight, what if something go wrong before the public domain will know for say these are the wrong people? What if that list there are certain other individuals who still they operate on that list? What are the verifications that will confirm to say the first list is maybe a mistake by the ministry, by the police? And who is actually leading the investigation? Is it the Ministry of Information or the police department or the military investigative wing, where they can call military police, right? So
yeah,
those 3. Or who is actually leading the investigation? Is this case being investigated by the police, by the Ministry of Information? This is not Ministry of Defense, so Ministry of Information. The Ministry of Information now responsible for the information to the Ministry of Defense. And the Ministry of Defense go work, or the police officers then will investigate the case, work in accordance to the military, the Ministry of Information, the information. Because the Ministry of Information is responsible for disseminate the sensitive information they are. So if they have the authentic information to the various other agencies they're responsible. So who is in charge? Another question. Are we running a system that everybody in their own departments are making decisions or are responsible for running this particular investigation? And again, if we don't have a command center of who is responsible for the investigation, it means all them various different departments also can take actions on their own accord, and then before ever the information will go to the people and we actually run the investigation. So we don't have to be in a situation where we're not sure who to talk to, who to ask questions, who to relate to, who to make reference points to. So at the moment, we will all get the same kind limbo. But the problem we'll get in a salon, people don't sit back and rationally put things in place for me to understand the concept of what we are faced with. What we are faced with is a very complex situation. And we cannot just assume or say, oh yeah, they will deal with it. No, because if we sit back and we not make them actually do certain things them properly, we all want to know what's in at the end cause of all these issues or incidents we don't happen on Sunday, November 26th, because it gets a huge role way in the play now with all individual lives. It doesn't matter whether you are directly connected or not. You are going to be affected one way or the other. If you have planned anything, if you have decided to do anything, if you want to do anything, you want to go inside, these particular incidents don't disrupt that plan. It doesn't matter how you look at it, because it don't put you all on top of eggshells. We have to be very mindful of where we're working, where we are stepping at, and who's are we the head for. Yeah. So we need to know who is in charge, who is running the investigation. Is it the investigative department at the police force, or is it the military police, or is it the Ministry of Information, or is it the Ministry of Defense, or is it government officials or individuals? Because as of now, we don't get two lists. We don't know whether the police list has been cancelled. Police not make any statement or press release for talk say the list we don't make it different from the list of the Ministry of Information. The Ministry of Information list, it gets a hallmark of the logo of the Ministry of Information. The police also then list gets a hallmark of the Sierra Leone police. So who is right? Has anybody come forward to denounce any of these two lists for say our list is the legitimate one? Or we alongside the work within two lists here, so knowing the situation in Sierra Leone, nobody will come out and say this list not the wrong one, this not the right one. They will just walk on eggshells and say, let things happen how it's supposed to happen. If you fall short and you happen to be alive, thank God. If you fall short and you're not happy to be alive, your name was on the list anyway. So they can justify to say, well, you named it on the list. How come she named it? Well, now that make possibly this X and Y and Z happen to me. Those are the questions we are asking, because we want to be on the right path, even though the investigation was something we all know what it is. We still need to get the right things done.
That's very important, because police don't put bounty in people ahead. Say, if we not bring them people here, we do it. The public, not to all man get opportunity forget to list and verify. So what if the first list where maybe don't get, I don't see all the name then they will try for arrest this person, they'll beat until they die.
And imagine how long it take me for put this list together, because we don't know who side they again, we begin fenna. Yeah. Not everybody will have that time to look for it.
Exactly.
You already know your desk, and the way we see. If you get access to Ministry of Information, now they know what you believe in, because until you're a government official. If you're not the police officer, you believe in the one way the police don't give, because now they give.
So
that's a serious issue.
Who that puts the list together? Who that they decide? So again, it comes to this question: who is leading the investigation? Who that they manage the information? Because once information, before it comes out, if we don't pass all the tests, then and you're certain, and we don't see, this is not the first time. We see August 10 waiting happen. We see them put somebody with gun right in the middle of protesters. when people then do forensic investigation on it and find out, say, the person who hold the gun, not even Sierra Leonean, na Nigerian musician, not just a Nigerian musician, but now somebody who don't die over 10 years ago. When they do music video, but then put a middle there and use them as a presentation to the international community, say, them people they also them be all gone, the gun, then this way they be try for kill they use for kill policeman them, or can make this country what it call them for bring chaos in this country. So that is why it is very important, people in authority, because once you don't do this now, you don't create a problem. You know, people don't go trust what you say. And people keep asking, why then they believe what in government say? Because of their kind of reckless here. I call this reckless with people and lives.
Yeah, but that's it's not self-assassination, but that's assassination for those individuals, because anybody can kill them.
Yeah, it can be today, it can be tomorrow. You don't stigmatize them already.
Already. Some of them self now, we're not in at least we don't plan is, then go face self now for come on. Exactly. Then go face for going to any public place, because you don't know who is looking at you or who is possibly thinking about you in a negative way. We go say, we don't see them at least, so I make me yourself act. And who do you hold accountable for that? Who?
Come again to something here, because we say there is an ongoing investigation, not so.
Mm-hmm.
That the president say. Then with the ECOWAS meeting, the president directly accused the opposition, saying that they're responsible for this. Saying that they're responsible for this, just like how now they be responsible for August 10. So you think, say, the president in statements don't undermine the ongoing investigation, or it help the ongoing investigation? Because the reason why I make her ask the question, if there's an ongoing investigation, then you don't point finger as the president of the country. Anybody else they were answerable to you go come out with a different result from that investigation?
Definitely not.
Just so you lie.
Definitely not.
You see, it's a problem.
It is a serious problem.
It's a problem for the country.
It's a serious problem.
Point fingers at people, even if you sure as the president say indeed na so it go, you don't pronounce that until the investigation concludes. And the investigation come out with findings with beyond all reasonable doubt say, yes, we sure say this not the opposition members, not the opposition. But the opposition is an institution, not for the individuals. Them. One person, not the opposition or government, can say something, does not mean say that the party endorse that. You know, means if somebody will support APC or will vote for APC, do something, for example, means say that APC do. So instead of you tag the person, treat them as the individual on this particular situation. Not take that blanket and cover them. That's one. Because when you do that one day now, yeah, you don't make every other person. So you try for say everybody, whether at the opposition, then guilty, then sit down together and decide, say, now them for create this problem. That's one. But we don't see opposition party members get gone at their office. We don't see opposition party members then they wear military or police uniform. So if you say you don't, dynamic can be asked the question, you say una don't apprehend the leaders. Who are the leaders where una be don't arrest? You get forgiven their names and their identity. With that, we'll go able for proof, say, yeah, they are executive members, then are the opposition, and then do this, you know. But if that has not been the case, you don't go out as the president and make that kind of statement to ECOWAS. You expect anybody where you put for investigate this thing for fall short and who's then president don't institute an investigation, anybody can tell we different in.
Maybe this will be the first time.
Well, I hope so.
But again, I hear you loud and clear. So let's look at some of the issues then we really highlight, and we see the reason why we want to highlight them. Because honestly speaking, Juma, when you go to bed and think about somebody, we don't become a wanting individual. Because I remember clearly during the war, when Ekomok Insai Salon, many people died unnecessarily by finger pointing. Say, you not been rebel, you not been rebel collaborator, you not been Nigerian collaborator, or have been supporting Nigerian. So both sides, many people died unnecessarily because of the finger pointing. You may yourself been for fall victim and God save you. Of course, you know that.
Of course.
So not a thing where you take lightly. And with an incident like this, the kind of magnitude where everybody they assess them for be like, it's very serious for like you name fall short in that list. But if we have two lists of 34 and 29 and 5 discrepancies on those lists and 1 deceased, it means there is a statistics that is not correct in the first place. And when you have a statistics that is not correct, it means the whole data itself is not correct. But we don't get to see the back end, unfortunately, of some of the reports they are so this is over. This report is coming directly. Okay, now we don't get 2 institutions, very key institutions. We don't state 2 different results of the 2 wanted lists that we don't publish. But we'll not see the Minister of Information on counter the Sierra Leone police documents. We'll not see the Sierra Leone police don't counter the Ministry of Information documents. Now, the Ministry of Information is responsible for giving out information to Sierra Leoneans about what is happening in Sierra Leone in any form, either politically, economically, or anyhow. Secondly, the Sierra Leone police is responsible for investigating crimes being committed in Sierra Leone by Sierra Leoneans and non-Sierra Leoneans in making sure that they investigate that crime. So who should rely on information and who should investigate? And if one body is responsible to rely on information and the other body is responsible for investigation, they should have a document that should merge, that should have the same trace, that should have the same information. The only thing that will be different is the fact, say, this now the Sierra Leone police now publish this now the Ministry of Information now publish this. But if we have 2 different information, 2 different entities, and they need to talk the same language, somebody is leading and somebody is from the back. Somebody is not saying the right thing, but we don't know who is that somebody, because none of the 2 parties, they don't come and counter, say we have the right information or the others doesn't. So that leaves us in an environment of an open air, we'll get to make real decisions. Is that our responsibility?
So where the Minister of Information come out, he said this is the revised list.
So that means there was a list before that wasn't.
When are the police union? Okay. So initially they all go with the police union, then go sit down. What did you use to revise that list, to come up with the revised list?
Let's say we don't know what mechanism was used. But
you don't know, because how did you eliminate those 5 names in the first place?
Now make us say, let's say we don't know how they revise, they review the list. But now make you get review. So you say you don't review this particular thing that happened. How you review them?
That's it.
That's all.
How did you?
We don't know. We don't know. No, let me say we don't know the mechanism, but you now. Don't you think you owe us that sort of explanation of how this list has been reviewed for end up for B29 out of 34?
And I want
29. The 29 men on this list is an exact figure of the 29 men that were accused in subsequent coups over the years.
Say NPRC coup, 29 people were killed.
Thank you.
So 29 people NPRC, 29 people on this list, and now we get a police list where say 34. If let me say you been get 34 people, then you do your investigation and prove, say, okay, this 34, they're not a part of this. Then we go understand, saying that the investigation eliminates them. But you already don't pull them people here their name na do. You call them wanted. You not even say we're interested for let them people here can talk to we. You say they are wanted. And you put bounty, you say anybody will catch them people or give information, handsome reward, they await them. Okay? You put bounty on people. And Tibo, you mentioned something will happen during the war, and particularly January 6, where so many people they lost their lives because they claim say they were rebels collaborators, or now them being the point for government people and now them be work with ECOMOG forces. People got killed for that. Up until today, people and they carry that stigma. People went on exile because of that. Not get mind for go salon again. And the wanted, and this thing about point appoint you, it not go just beyond, it go beyond the people there with their names then they, because we understand, say, communities now, then they go, because I see a video before we come online where the policeman they go say, una pull them nado.
What are they?
That means like the prisoners or whatever. We can't address that one day, but una pull them nado. They are bad people then. So if me not saying a bad person, if I'm not able to pull anado or I want pull anado, no, and come, what they do? And they do something for eliminator. Because I don't want to deal with bad person. So you don't put them people in there at risk. That is not the message you carry out at a sensitive time like this. You do radio announcement and say, you don't even need for put bounty on prisoners their head.
No.
For say each prisoner wake out with a give 10 million.
Really? But it's our old woman that's in a prisoner with 10 million.
But that happened with APC Sheriff.
Wow.
Okay. APC Sheriff, according to what we hear, I don't know if it is true or not, that he was in prison, okay, and then go pull them come out. He went somewhere, Usa used for tap. He they wait for, according to what we hear, I don't know if it's true, in lawyer, for let a lawyer guide them, like how they guide LAJ, for go back and go report. People then go point, and they all and they all are thief, they all are. Even when they question away, ask, we tell them, say, me na this person, na yana me lawyer they wait for. They say no, then they hand out to the lawyer now. This money where they don't hear so they say they can't go.
So that's civil arrest.
It's a civil arrest because waiting, they don't put bounty, say anybody to bring cam, we they give you money.
Oh my God.
So that is one thing. So again, the president saying that the opposition is responsible, you don't put more people at risk. And then they go undermine the investigation, just like we stated. Because if you, now you last for talk. We saw the same thing happen in August 8, 9, and 10. We then send our opposition, waiting the investigation come out with. They said that the opposition. They said that the opposition. So these are the things where we need for talk about Naden sensitive temia. We dare against any violence against Sierra Leone, anybody where they create any problem, because that is not good for. We know to the saloon that we want. We want a Sierra Leone wherein we will all be able for cohabit, coexist, and able for strive for we aspirations. But at the same time, me no go there in favor of government where they put Sierra Leoneans' lives at risk, whether one salon person, two, or a group of people. You know they do that. But let's go back to the list one more time, whether the official one or the non-official, or the police and the, because also not official list for me. The police list and the Ministry of Information, their list, because no knows one official, also one not official. Okay? You know me say because you don't come later, you get me.
You better pass me.
Exactly. So now government list, the two government lists there. Majority of those people in that list, T-boy, they're already in a prison.
Okay.
Then be in a prison because them be all and say them be don't plan coup. Remember
then I'll be the one way happen before elections.
Exactly. So now that make I tell you say,
okay.
And one person waiting at the list, the police in list where them pull. Now the Ministry of Information the list. They don't arrest him 3 times before. They don't arrest him 2 times before now.
This one.
Yes. So is it a witch hunt against this person? For say, una want time by all costs or what? One part, I'm not going to name the name. I have my good reason not for. One pan person there. Waiting at that police list. Where them pull. Now the Ministry of Information is where they're not put there. They don't arrest him twice before now, accusing him for the same thing. So is this a list, a preempted list of names of people? Because if you get mine put die man inside it, possibly don't die, you put in name na the list. Is this a preempted list of people, or are they actually the troublemakers? But if you say they are the troublemakers, at the same time, these people be already been there in detention, most of them. Where did that leave us?
Okay, good question.
Right. So if you're able to answer, then once we if not, then we'll go try forget the second video we want to play. And that is very interesting. Because now let's play the video first. Then we'll go waiting. Let us know when we're ready for that video. So we are in the analysis whilst
you're correct. You're right. I understand where you come off from with all the analysis based on the fact that the names that have been appearing on both lists, some of them have been excluded, some of them we don't know what has been the issue, why they don't appear several times. But I later want to say there has been ongoing investigations them in some of them particular incidents also will face with so this particular time in Sierra Leone, where they say there are certain individual of interest where then they try for apprehend. Then are some kind of wanted list. But we don't know who those individuals were. Just say no more. People of interest. People of interest can be anybody. It can be anybody. It can be anybody who can ask it of Freetown. They can grab and go and say, well, so you know, one of the people of interest. There is nothing to justify, say, people of interest. In what capacity? As military officers, police officers, security operators, or individuals? Government officials, past government politicians, past government officials. Who are these people of interest? And honestly speaking, I am tired of hearing blanket statements about people of interest. I am tired of hearing blanket statements about people and way they're supposed for all accountable, with the under investigation, pending what? Nobody knows. What crimes have they committed or attempted to commit? Nobody knows. And we cannot just live in a state where we don't know what they accuse people for. We don't know why they arrest people for. We don't know why they even jail people for. Coming back to the prison incident we highlighted earlier on before we get the video to be played, when you look at the way people walk out of that prison, now, like when I say they open a farmyard for people to go harvest, they were not in any hurry. They were walking past people. They were strolling, like you say, some man gets in bag. If you live there at this, you remember for pick nothing. You left the prison with zero. Something saying that you under yourself, you left with. But we heard people whispering these guys out. No, they're going. No, they go. No, go. No, people are going.
And they rush them to go.
They rush them to leave.
They wait for him comping.
Exactly.
They wait for him comping for let them go.
Can you imagine? And then not just that, but somebody broke the Panemba Road gate. And how many other more subsequent doors them within our Panemba Road prison cells? But who actually have the keys to all those doors that were open?
Mm-hmm.
But they took a camera crew to the whole of Panemba Road, but not inside Panemba Road.
Right.
So what is in Panemba Road prison where we not foresee? But there was a breakage. Was it? They broke the prison doors them for like all man come out? Or now one game do more than them break, all the other more than be open. How comes? What? 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Now the regular times that way prisoners and they release them for come out on the yard. We need to find out about all those things. Because when you look at the dynamics of the way how people are going to prison, and we see videos them where OSD man they make say, then say they come now female correctional units.
The OSD them.
Yeah. They preempt that they are coming here now. How do you know that they are going to you?
And I really hide so safe right now.
How do you know that they are coming to you?
You do video.
How do you know that they are coming to you? That's one. 2, when they get to you, how did they get the doors open? For release the female prisoners them for come out. And then usher them out.
And then the other question, T-Boy.
Come on.
Thinking to this. If this was a coup, the female prison, then a special court. It's a stone throw to Wilberforce. So I say Wilberforce to SLBC.
Not a stone throw, now 50 steps.
Now they say they cross over to
no, stone throw go far. Now 50 steps.
So you cross the road, you go SLBC. Opposite SLBC, now they the female correctional prison there. So the people away go, the armed people away go up in female correctional prison. If it was a coup, why did they go to SLBC and go announcing a coup?
You hear any incidents of State House?
No, nobody near State House.
You hear any incidents of the Parliament building again?
No.
You hear any incidents say I mean man in each or policeman in each or any kind of people in each self narcotic?
No.
So those are primary significant landmark in civilian.
Let me tell people or ask people a question again. You see, we need to look at things in a holistic way. 1999, January 6, the buffer zone was where? Congo Cross Bridge.
Thank you. And good you mentioned Congo Cross Bridge.
And the reason being, because they believe, say, if you cross the bridge, you don't take over the country. You don't take over the country. So even when we get up to how many thousand of external forces, then sideway and try for control or for make sure say them protect, now that Congo Cross Bridge 10 beton leading up to Wilberforce.
Mm-hmm.
But here you have a team of people where then say, go broke Wilberforce, overpower Cockrell, go na Moriton, decide away na protected areas. But the only thing we then do Then feel for go up president's lodge. Then feel for go na vice president's lodge. Then feel for go na state house. Then feel for go na SLBC.
Okay. You talk about
Congo
Cross. An incident happened in Congo. So I'm using now my media ethics as a media practitioner, right? So basically, it means I cover
the reports.
No, exactly. I covered every element of media, from print to sound to picture and video. I cover all elements of media, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. I am a media household practitioner, right? My evidence speaks volumes, and I represent a credible institution in and out of Sierra Leone. And now just listen to this. I am confronted, well, not confronted. I am in the midst of supposedly people who are military personnel. I am good at asking questions myself. So if are they in the midst of people who are military personnel alongside police officers, and certain statements were made, will they clean this country? Because this country dirty. Like all man go about them business. But I failed to do one thing. I did not broadcast that live. I decided to hold
a big soundbite like that.
Hold on. I decided to hold my peace. I did not ask questions. Who are you anyway? Who do they represent? Who say come on? Are you Sierra Leone police, Sierra Leone military, or the other side? Not interest me. But you were safe. You were in a safe zone.
And he say all parties know him.
Thank you.
They call him by name.
So I am thinking, as a media practitioner, we mentioned that Congo question. It just draw lights to media practices. For Lake, I know do no live footages of that too. I ignored it. It's not important. And then all of a sudden, when an incident happened in former president's house, I was not there. I was only informed and supplied footages. But I was quite happy to publish those, which I did not witness myself. Second-hand information. But is it deliberate that I post an image of a dying man on the floor in the former president's compound? But I was also present in a situation where I have access, one-to-one access with people who I don't know. I was not too sure whether I was not safe or not. I supposedly have a camera crew with me, but I did not broadcast none of those images to the world to identify who these guys were, to know why they were there, and the kind of discussions that we have. Think about it, conflict of interest.
And particularly when you are the first person among the first people to report that they don't broke Wilberforce ammunition dome, because you get an information from a senior officer. A senior officer confirmed to you, say, they don't broke the ammunition dome or their armory in Wilberforce. They don't, unknown gunmen. So they're unknown gunmen, and they outside and pass with all the checkpoints within a saloon. Nanette. Come here, you know the checkpoint. So you don't say to make me, I can tell you about the checkpoint and say I not trust the checkpoint there. Nanette.
Okay, let's look at other proximity.
Yeah.
We understand, say, they call for reinforcements from where?
Daru.
Do you know how far is Daru to Freetown? I'm just asking. Maybe something you don't know. No, but I've written, you know Freetown, you know Salon better.
Yeah, Daru, how far? Tell me about.
Daru.
Tell me almost side they pass from Daru to reach Freetown.
Iboko.
Because big landmarks.
You get for pass Bo, Kenema, You go
So they pass. You say they pass Shegbema.
Yes, before you go Daru.
No, I mean from Daru for Camp Freetown.
No, from Daru for Camp Freetown, they go Daru. You pass Shegbema. You can Kenema, Kambo. Maybe you go bypass the Kailan axis at some point. But you come out Daru, you can't Shegbema, you can't Kenema, you can't Bo, you can't buy 38, you can't Waterloo, 91, you can't buy 38, you can't Waterloo, you can't Freetown. So it's pretty much a distance.
Yeah.
And now, like I said earlier on, it takes you approximately half an hour for reassess your situation and take action. That is you, because you are present at the scene of where all this incident happened. It takes you minimum half an hour for make you able for click. Now your brain say, damn, I'm a military officer, I'm hearing gunshots, what do I do? A snap military officer will not even take reaction in about half an hour. It takes them time because you get for calculatively think, who side this they come out, why did they come out?
Accidentally fire in the first place.
Thank you.
You know it was ordered. Exactly. And you know grab and shoot before you not
get command. Thank you. So listen to this. So the magnitude of the attack the night creates an element of reinforcement from where?
Daru.
What is the nearest military barracks before Daru? For actually reach Freetown on time. What is the nearest military barracks?
You get what you call, I get Teko barracks Namakini. Yeah, you get the Bogondama one as well.
You even get Jue.
Yeah, you get Jue.
So Usai
you get the rapid reinforcement force where they close to my Shaka. I don't know if they don't pull on it, but there was one there for a long period of time.
Okay, so basically you have like 3 or 4 military camps. We're possibly not extremely armed, but I'm just assuming that any military barracks will have some amount of ammunition for protect them. Anyway, so you left all the one in it. You did bring down people in Freetown when you know the dynamics of Freetown. In an attack of that nature, yeah, you did bring down people in from Daru, where likely, highly unlikely say you don't live inside Freetown. For make them know exactly the dynamics of how to deploy inside Freetown. Some of them maybe don't come Freetown for a couple of hours training or days training or weeks training, outside now Jui or wherever it is. Not only by forcing it's getting people in. And then they head back to the provincial town. But you know what I mean? Talk. So basically, these are all some of the hallmarks of why we are asking all those questions. I'm not saying what has happened November 26 is not what it is, but I'm asking questions about the possibilities of all the issues that we surround and we get question mark. Okay, these people came to Freetown intentionally for can defend Freetown with what?
So before you go further, Tiboy, let me ask you a question. According to the reports where we see out, they say 2,000 men from Daru, they don't come as reinforcement. With what? How many military vehicles do you have in Daru?
They say, let me get it asked with what? Did you see the convoy on road then come by foot? Hey, we can see the convoy, and not just convoy. Are they prepared to come and defend with what? One AK-47 and one magazine?
Right.
Let's be honest about asking this question, because sometimes maybe people don't think about all these realities of what possibly will create a scenario of you being asking or they in the position for asking questions they ask. Because the fact of the matter is, we are asking questions.
Because we want answers.
Are we going to get the answers?
Exactly. So now hold on, let's see if we will get a second video played.
Okay.
You know, because we want for now with the next video, we hear from a military person where we expect say now experts. So let we hear you waiting on your own statement on this, then we can discuss them further. Let me know when we're ready. Okay, we're almost there. And I like the chat group, very engaging. All man, they come with your own comment and statement, and that's very important. Yeah.
Because where they arrest you, they hand you over to the military police and the forces intelligence security unit, they get the procedures, and I'm sure later, when stability is here, not the thing, right now for law we get the stability of the state, because the level must ask them, then they will tell me waiting at the intention, but it cannot clearly say. Then people are, because people they talk now, coup. I want to make people understand it. This is not a coup. This is not a coup. This is an attack with the people are wrong. Because, coup and they can't see are different. Coup, no say now soldiers in the ground, they can't against the people who are against the state. But this one, people are going to attack because maybe they got a motive, And yes, that person say they succeed. Yes, partly they succeed. But the overall intent, they never achieve the objective. Because they succeed for go get some ammunition. We will get more weapons, we get people that are waiting for assistance for the waiting for.
Fambul, and that was just a short soundbite from a Cornell way been there on 98.1 program we be the time for discuss. So the soundbite say this not a military coup. This not Cornell, now the Sierra Leone Armed Forces, the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. So now senior officer, a colonel, they command the whole battalion or whatever you call them. Now they actually they do the work. The brigadier them and all that, and then are more of the administrative and maybe strategic. But we kind of war front, and now they wire the lead. Colonel, lieutenant, colonel, majors them, right, T-boy? So these are the people that lead.
I'm not sabi the military dispensation of authorities.
Well, so then they lead. So if they don't reach this point, and this now colonel say not to coup, and that is why we're asking questions here. Some people they say within a government say na coup, na a failed coup, but the colonel say not to coup. The president in a broadcast he not say na coup, but in his statements to ECOWAS, he attacks in at the opposition. And the same question we get, now the colonel say, T-boy, what is the motive? Why me go just one come and who say I come out, say I can't take ammunition now Wilberforce. And like how you say, there are other military installations around the country, but I not decide for go na den side and they for go take ammunition. And I'm going to ask another crude question, very crude. And these are the ask them based on the president's in statement against to the ECOWAS, directly accusing the opposition. Who say we know for say our opposition strongholds them?
As in what? In Sierra Leone or in Freetown? In Sierra Leone, the east and the north, southeast and the north.
No, I mean the opposition.
Oh, I mean opposition, sorry, not the north, the north.
The north.
The north, yeah.
Take a barracks.
Take a back to the north.
So if me want to go take ammunition and me na opposition, why not gonna be stronghold who say I get friendly people and for go take ammunition? Why for can't take Wilberforce?
Because ammunition is not take a barracks.
Okay. And Wilberforce self no get ammunition. The same ammunition within a Wilberforce, now they not take a barracks. Suppose for they not take a barracks. Because they get barracks, we not get ammunition. Not only the ammunition dump, they like how we establish the ammunition dump, main ammunition installation is in Morital. Okay? Yana go get, but no, why do they choose to go to Wilberforce? Just for go take ammunition and turn back and make it difficult for themselves for escape. If not just ammunition, no more than can't take for go regroup. So that's another question we'll ask. And somebody may ask earlier in our chat group, this door open Sierra Leone to something else. We say what? That we are technology savvy. We they in charge. The person who get our country now waiting, and former military man also.
Mm-hmm.
All military area no get CCTV camera for able for pick and tell we how the incident happened. But I will not be surprised.
Why?
Remember, people inside State House, they all then say they go assassinate the president. Former Minister of Defense, Paulo Conte. In the prison for how long? Almost a year. Then say they get CCTV footage in State House. Then say pull the CCTV footage. Up until today, we not get her. But then say he been go assassinate the president. He go to gun inside it. And now then go broke with our force barracks and take arms and ammunition. How many people go the way able to overpower the 1st battalion? Because I didn't have the 1st battalion, no. So I didn't have the 1st battalion or 5th battalion, I don't know. But I think I didn't have the 1st battalion, no?
Yeah, the 1st battalion.
Right. So if the 1st battalion, where they strategically located close to main places there, strategic areas, a group of armed men able for go there, broke and take ammunition and get away with them, say them begin shoot.
Question. Answers?
I don't know.
All right.
Over to you.
You see, the consequences of all what we were saying has an end point. In the end point now, the answers, then we possibly forget, if at all we can forget answers. But how long are we going to be waiting for those answers to come, if they are at all going to come true at all? And when the answers then come, how would we verify that these are legitimate answers to the questions they would ask? Because most times of what we've done see over the past couple of years, now the fact say we ask questions, we don't get answers. Answers will not come at all because we don't get any kind of report of the investigation that we don't happen over the past couple of years. And it just die out, you go under it again and we forget about it because we get something else with the crop up. Oh, fit is going to be important than the last one. So if we don't deal with the situation of the accused attempted plots, then we then employ, we then scatter. I think so for able to determine whether this one is an ongoing thing where sometimes we don't exist, but then want for make them now into a serious coup d'etat. But again, like we always say, some of the challenges they would face as Sierra Leoneans, then we jump into conclusion quick. Oh yeah, that's cool, not excellent. So because we know they actually look at the situation they will get, and we analyze the situation there, and we make sure say we do the pros and cons, and then we see say, okay, why if it happen? What to make it happen? Who's if it happen? Who didn't get for involved for make this happen? Because at the end of the day, as much as we know the hallmarks or trademarks of coup d'etats all over the world, where it happen, we don't experience none of that. The military don't change the pattern of organizing coup d'etat.
Right. It can change.
When I make an ask if you don't change, so maybe we'll get a new version of coup d'etat. And I think if any changes is going to be applied in reviewing the elements of coup d'etats all over the world by military personnel, it has to be an intelligent one, where you disable a whole infrastructure when you're able to detect nothing. So it will be a high-tech version of coup d'etat because the world is improved. Technologically, warfare does not involve battlefields anymore. They fight in the air with drones and warheads. They read in the just sit down at the index and launch. A lot of things can happen. Or we're not that sophisticated yet. Okay. We all see the coup plot we happened at Turkey a couple of years ago. It involves a huge amount of armored vehicles. Huge amounts. Whether that was a coup or not, we actually heard about people who were involved. And those people that were involved were on list of people who were wanted. Again, we see the same thing happen. They did not succeed if that was an attempted coup because they were not able to get to their destination. And then destination now been the office of power, Usai, the president today. So look, we not go around in circles and they deliberate on this issue of coup, not coup, what if X, now Y, now Z. They have arrested people who they said are the plotters of the coup. We need to know who these guys are. And like we make a summary of the first accused, second, third, fourth, and fifth. My question, the list that was projected by the Sierra Leone police and the Minister of Information, is that list being put together by hierarchy of the accused individuals, or is just randomly selected and placed in boxes or circles? That's my question. Because when you look at the list, the police get
the police list.
The police here now. The police here now they talk. So the police get 4 pages of the list. On those 4 pages of the police list, the first one gets a first individual, we know Captain T.L. Conte. We know he's the captain. And how many senior officers are on that list? You have a major that has been removed. You have a warrant officer we accused to be dead. And then you have individual names of people that don't have any ranks.
There are a few majors then, about 5 majors or so.
Yeah, so you have high-ranking officers then. So my question is...
But this one, the one and then that list, they then say that they wanted.
Yeah, now the wanted list, now they say. So okay. On the wanted list...
About the one the way they arrest, where they say that the leaders. So it's different from this wanted list.
Okay, you don't make I don't confuse now, sir.
So this list, that why they prepare say that the wanted list.
Yeah, on the wanted list, is there any kind of...
And this list comes after the president's statement. The president in statement say they don't arrest the leaders. Then we got a list of wanted, because if somebody that have been arrested, you don't need for make a wanted list anymore. Right. Then the Ministry of Information, the list come after the president's speech as well. So again, Insai now wanted list, but the president don't address and say they don't arrest the leaders them, but we still not get the name of the leaders of this coup or incidents or whatever, or attack on the state.
Okay. Can we say conclusively?
Okay, so before we conclude, there's another part.
I don't say we conclude, I just ask them.
Okay, so let's look at the human elements of this and the greater impact on Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans briefly before we go. Because these don't already make people anxious. It don't disrupt people and plans. It don't put people at disarray. It don't make people wait for being they do business, don't stop now because they don't know they watch the country with one eye. It don't restrict people their movement because there's a existing curfew going on. And these are all things that we have seen, and we come close to holiday. So what's the bigger impact on this, and what would you advise
Me?
No, look at it. What's your take on the bigger?
Not say what I will advise. So I'm not an advisory body. Please.
Right,
Okay.
so let's look at
I will make a statement on my opinion. I'm not giving anybody no advice. So they are big. Me your opinion, not to advice I give you.
advice to anything.
Not take me advice, so not to advice I give you. I just they highlight the concerns of what Juma don't bring come forward, as in the people their own take on this. What thing will be the reflection on them based on the fact that this is a festive season. We need that economic boom. We need that social boom. We need that all kind boom. Right. I will talk from the diaspora's perspective. Right? Can I?
You go salon?
I not tell you so. I said they talk from the diaspora.
I just ask you no more now. You go.
I not tell you so. I said they ask from the diaspora.
And then can I ask you go salon?
I not tell you say that's what they talk and they ask from the diaspora's perspective. To me, they ask if I go salon. If I go salon, you go know. But all that they say is we waiting at the diaspora. Some of you don't buy tickets. Some of you they go married. Some of you they go do party. Some of you they go do birthday. Some of you they go do Sarah. Some of you they go do 40 days. Some of you they go do 1 year. Some of you they go open house. Some of you they go just celebrate with loved ones they want to see for maybe a couple of years.
Some of you they gonna whip on the coal.
That ain't a fact, because somebody talked to they said, now I understand why make una king on away come all London December. Well, not only do una king. He said, because I don't talk to about 10 people there. The way on it is in the grade school. Enough funny. So, okay. But anyway, on a very serious note, a situation like this in Sierra Leone at this particular point in time, they create serious amount of doubts in the minds of people coming from all over the world to go to Sierra Leone. Now, the impact of that is great. Negative impact on the economy is going to be extremely huge, because the influx of Sierra Leoneans going to Sierra Leone at this particular season, it means then they go with beaucoup amount of resources. Many homes are going to be happy. Many homes are going to celebrate. Many homes are going to have that short leave of luxury, for example, because some hosts they possibly not eat jollof rice for a couple of years, but at least they'll get the possibility for maybe get some good food from family members or friends the way they can spend a couple of weeks with them during the festive season. So some man go down get gifts when they go bring for them, some go be iPhone 14, 15, it could be Samsung Galaxy Note 12 or whatever it is. So man go down get new suits, new clothes, instead go bluff say instead they enjoy the season, because there has been a serious issue of deprived communities them over the past couple of years. We don't struggle for even get a daily meal. So if they go host series of various different occasions then within our community, then una say get a possibility for survive within that shortest period of time. Where will they get people who come up from this part of the world for go get maybe good time with their family members or friends? But all that is going to be limited. In what way? Because there's a curfew now. Yes, the curfew is, to me, yes, it's mandatory for them to get a curfew if we are in a situation where nobody knows sure of what's going to happen, because you want to make sure say everybody is secured and everybody is safe. So the curfew they limits the amount of movement around. But my concerns now is this curfew going to be legitimized right across Sierra Leone, or just specific areas in Sierra Leone, or just specific areas in Freetown? Is it going to be the fact that everybody in Freetown is going to be faced with the same amount of curfew, or some areas will be exempted? Okay, that's a question for us. We don't know whether that question they will get answers today, tomorrow, anytime. But the economical implications of this particular incident as alone, it get for be great. Meaning, beaucoup people that will go down ready for go salon guys, go don't change their mind. Say, I need to go salon, or salon not safe. Beaucoup people that will go down plan, we don't buy tickets, sometimes don't lose out financially because some of them don't go forget to refund again. Beaucoup people that don't pay for their hotels, then go don't pay for certain facilities they wouldn't go out for go benefit in a salon if they go there. Possibly not get refund, so they don't lose out financially. Beaucoup people that will go for go do business, we sometimes they in the touristic area in Sierra Leone go able for make more money because many people the way they can we go attract the tourist industries. So the economical implications of this particular thing is bad. But if you're able to bring peace and stability in Sierra Leone, as we all know, say right now is a little bit fragile, then okay, we'll accept the fact that the rules and regulations should be abided by every citizen and make sure, say, peace prevail, wherein people go about their business. If coffee, they start by 9, then 8 o'clock, everybody don't dispatch, all man, they find a way for go home. That's fine. But they could not go fall in a situation where the coffee go there for only few people and we possibly not get influence to powers to be who roams the streets of Freetown and nobody asks them questions because maybe they are government officials or they're going to government functions or they get influence to the corridors of power. That would be wrong. You get people that come out from this part of the world, we possibly go out for go abide by the rules and regulations. Please do, because there is a reason for every Sierra Leonean to be arrested as of now. There is no magic about it. You don't even have to think twice. When you are at a checkpoint and there is a rigorous search, please abide, because you are not exempted. Whether you are a British citizen, you are an American citizen, you are a European citizen, you are not exempted. So as much as you want for justify the reason why you're here, as much as you want for justify, so you get British passports, you get American passports, you get European passport, it means nothing, because we are in a state wherein there is law and order and curfew is in place. If you know that you don't want to fall short of the authorities, stay home. Don't force yourself to go out and take chances. Say where you go talk to the policeman waiting at the road. You might get away with it at the first checkpoint. You might not get away with it at the second checkpoint. If in that situation when I just run no more, they different, but this is alleged coup d'etat. So every person of interest is a Sierra Leonean. We don't know who are the accused individuals. You are coming from this part of the world. Everybody is an accused individual until investigated properly. So I will just say, don't take any chances. If at all you get for go Freetown, of course, we all get for go get we own Christmas season. That's alone we are one of the best places for get Christmas. I don't know what it's like now, but I think I've been there for a couple of years for Christmas, and we all know say Christmas we can as alone. All man they be happy within that period of time, and then people then go back to themselves of knowing exactly what's the reality of what they face anyway. Because no matter how things they are, say you must get 1 or 2 JC who can give you 1,500,000. You must get 1 or 2 JC who go invite you. But you must lose some amounts of your sorrow within that shortest period of time, whilst you have friends and family members who are still around, coming from this part of the world. But you have to be very mindful, not just with the authorities responsible for keeping the peace, but also individuals. Because individuals might possibly see you like somebody who resembles somebody within the list. It go finger point to you. So you have to be very careful.
Somebody where if you don't go jogging, girlfriends,
thank you. Or you don't go jogging, man. Well, actually, there is not much women on the list anyway.
Yeah, so now 2 men at the list. So if you don't go jog somebody in girlfriend, or if you don't go
not the woman, they're not talking agenda balance. So.
Yes. So just watch you, let them know, go point you, because by the time they find out say no to true, sometimes you no go there alive for tell this story again.
Sure,
and Tibo is correct. You don't highlight where you still have been saying advice for people then. You don't highlight key things them on how people for handle themselves, where then they go and where they reach up until the time where then they come out.
Yeah.
From your
also,
port,
yeah, go on.
From your port, where you go say, the place is hot. If you make too much noise, they can't point you, they say, you know, I'm person. So you therefore go humble yourself before thy Lord. Where you go there. And make sure say you pass that full you go. And another key advice that I'll give to people, do not, especially we where they come out in the United States of America, do not carry any form of weapon with you because you want to go protect yourself. Whether pepper spray, whether I call it in taser, whether a personal rifle, a pistol, or whatever, do not, I repeat, if policeman or soldier man tell you, say, no worry, I go help you for pass with them, where you can go register, not do them. Do not. Two, we were generous. So, let us not give him bag for all na Brussels for and say, hey, me load boku, do you check this in for me, oh, reach and I'll collect them. Don't. Let us not give you load from Freetown where they come for can wheat. Then go able for take, the person can give you something, we get waiting also illegal stuff there, you reach na airport for coming, they only they return you. An incident few years ago, there was a gentleman where been served na the US military or something. He go salon, then kill him at checkpoints or close to a checkpoint and say been get gone. So be careful, don't argue with anyone, stay. And another key thing, if you're able for avoid hosting a party or drink up or whatever, avoid hosting any at home. And the reason and I tell you the reason why they say this.
Okay.
When we talk about the 1985-86 coup, waiting them and say, we then go attack our books, it's waiting them and say them they do they.
Party, let me get some gathering.
They said I didn't hold the meeting, then also.
Yeah.
Salami coca them, waiting and say not to farm, then go pull there. They say these people use then they drink Pona Watalo and say then they can plan for make coup.
Yeah.
So if you can avoid some of these things, avoid it, stay within the limit. Some of we like for take chance. We know for say curfew, they start 9 o'clock. Now how you call it in 8:35. Now they left now the venue Saudi. We know for say when they reach now was say 9:20. We say they go and talk to the checkpoint man them. Do not take risk.
Give yourself ample time to make your way home.
Exactly.
Or wherever you go sleep today. Now for just make sure somebody get you extra on the wear and paste and brush. You paste and brush, then a weapon of artillery that we get for the workout. Don't forget some more. And then of course you get you chakabula then you understand the other pockets.
Who's talking chakabula?
No, not to you talk.
The iron jackets there, man.
The iron jacket and the other pockets. Yeah. Chakabula there for any lunch. But on a very serious note,
so that's very important, and be mindful about yourself. And we're not gonna say afraid and drop off everything where you they do.
No.
But you have a life to live, I mean say, and me sometimes predict say, what you don't see they happen in the past, close to the holiday period, they can extend the curfew from 9 to 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
They can even. And they can even lift them at some point. So they lift them for Christmas.
Indefinitely for some time. And then
yes. Up to New Year. After that, they institute them again. That can happen. But what we know, they're not declare state of emergency.
No, it's not.
Then just curfew. There's no state of emergency as far as me know. Except if there was one in existence where they're not been done pull it constitutionally. So we have to go back and check. I've forgotten a little bit. So let's see how things then they go, and we hope there's going to be an investigation, and we hope things then will become clearer as the days and weeks and months they go by, and we hope say everything where they happen will be transparent and it will be in the interest of Sierra Leone. That's our hope. T-Boy, over to you.
Well, honestly, there was no point in time I wanted to discuss this because I think it's personal, it's family. And I think ultimately they say it's personal, it's family because it's personal and it's family. Some of we suffer the consequences of this incident will happen as alone, whether I agree or disagree. So basically, I will not sit here with some of the casualty that we me personally face for this incident. And then I am boldly talking about it in favor or against anything. It's just the fact that some of these facts have to be said. Some of these questions have to be asked because again, you don't want to deep into certain issues that will not happen within your personal life of this particular incident will happen because say the root causes of harm is not what me and you see or what me and you know. Like I said, it's personal, it's family, and we have to deal with that in that way. Yes, I might be a very close contact with a sibling of mine, but again, in the line of duty, there's a lot of things that happen. Casualties occur. So you get to look at them very closely. So I will not be sitting down here asking questions just because I think it's fun. No, I'll not be sitting down here asking questions just because I believe, say, I want to prove a point. No. I will not sit back and allow certain things to go on because I feel, say, it's our rights to ask some of these questions. Because if it happens to me, it can happen to anybody. Exactly. I am a victim. So basically, somebody else has been a victim of this. Somebody else is being victimized in their own ways. It might not be close call. It might not be a distance call, but some of them are personal. And when I say personal, it is personal. But I will not sit back and say, oh, well, it doesn't concern me. Oh, well, it's something that I should not take seriously. Oh, well, something don't happen, so be it. No. As much as I see it to be a personal issue, it's exactly the same way I am acting for people to understand that some of these things should not be allowed to happen. Right. And if we just sit down and say, it's none of my business, or I am a victim, so I don't get involved, that is not going to solve the problem. So the questions I'm asking is not just on my behalf, but on behalf of every individual that may have fallen victim, has been victimized, or possibly going to be victimized in the future. Yeah. So I just want to say thank you and extend my wishes and condolences to the family once more publicly, which I possibly will have held back. But again, that is the reality of life. Therefore, accept certain things and we got the face with and we deal with the situations and they in a proper way. How I deal with it is down to me, my heart, and how I feel about them is down to me, my heart, and how I express them. But that does not stop me as an individual to raise these questions and raise these concerns of what I feel say should have been questioned by certain individuals, then we possibly they see the reality and turn a blind eye. Because it might be you tomorrow. It might be you personally, not even you being victimized as a family member or friend, but you yourself. So let us not just take things for granted and we make the noise and we make all the shout out and we begin make all the claims and allegations and accusations of things that we know 110% sure of, because it might boil down to be wrong decisions. Those lists has been published. Those lists has been reviewed, but we haven't seen any confirmation to verify what is the legitimate list, and people's lives are at stake on that list. If we not take them seriously, then we are joking about the serious security implication. They will feel safe, be under control in Sierra Leone, because like I said earlier on, every individual is liable to be arrested because you might be a person of interest. For what? We don't know. So look, not just, follow food, and we say, doesn't concern me. I go enjoy my life no matter. They go Freetown for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and that's it. No. Let's be real. The consequences of what we face with Nassau right now is as serious as anything else. So I want to say thank you once more. We haven't been around for some time. It's not deliberate. It's just the fact that we are engaged in few more other things that we preoccupy with time for come and sit down and discuss. But also, what is it about to talk about that is not new?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What do we really need to come and talk about that is new? Nothing. Everybody knows what happens in Sierra Leone. Everybody knows what has unfolded. Do we have to be repeating ourselves over and over and over? So that is possibly some of the reasons also. But again, it's down to many other personal reasons. So thank you once more for sharing time with us. I know it's been challenging for you guys to sit and listen to us. We can normally do for 3, 4, 5 hours. But again, that has been reviewed, because otherwise we'll be repeating ourselves saying the same thing over and over and over and over. We don't do propaganda media. We don't do media without content. We don't do media just because we feel like sitting down here and talking, because we don't have much to talk about. We don't have issues that are of concern. But we all know what the issues that we have in Sierra Leone. And those issues can only be resolved if we accept, we agree, and we're ready to make those changes. So thank you once more. Over to you, Juma.
Thank you so much, T-Boy. And again, I'll join the Sierra Media team for say condolences to you and the rest of the family, and to every person who suffer casualty and when are victims of which happened. So we lost somebody. Our prayers are with you guys and everything. And like you stated, we know they come now for can't talk because we're happy about what's happening or just wants to blab our mouths. But if we keep quiet, just like how we don't talk about a lot of things, if people let me don't heed to our advices from them and so many other people let me don't talk, we know for the reach now this situation who they reach so. But the deception in our country, the lies, the things the way they do for your own personal gains and forget the greater good, now they lead with you they pass so people and get for take things seriously, take this seriously. Like T-Boy stated, it could be anybody's family, anybody's friend, and anybody. In 1999, I would have been a victim because I'm not for Sabi me right now. Because an OSD go na Ecomog checkpoint because we had a disagreement na area. It don't get me now for over 2 years or 3 years. I don't even remember again. He used that opportunity for say one for settle scores. He go na Ecomog checkpoint and go tell them, say, me na rebel collaborator, I have a rebel then I'm host. Youths then at the area count stick. So Jamanda, imagine Nigerians, we don't know anybody, they don't kill them brothers them. Then come well armed. God saved me from that. What the guy did not know, that I was actually working for the government at the time. So the same Ecomog the way go bring come, the Ecomog heads them. The task force, the head of Ecomog task force. Now in go now the checkpoint and go tell them and make them beat them, arrest them, and almost disarm the Ecomog people the way they say why they not verify their statements before they go. I would have been a victim. So if there have been similar moments there, I would have been dead before they go find out say no to true. So that is why we take this list seriously where they pull Nado for say these people are wanted. If that list was not verified, why put it out in the first place? That is firstly. Secondly, we are against encouraging people to finger point and just blame people because of politics for score political points. Say this one also hey now APC and support like this now SLPP and support now. Now they all be the sing and dance now. Because we've seen people where they don't go arrest or where they don't go now they host them. Like for example, the Western area chairman, district chairman, Kashokol, they went to his family house, go surround there, then say get weapons there, they keep the people they do bad. They not see nothing. They then go na your house, then go there, then go na other house where they build where now unfinished house, then go check them. We don't see other people where they don't arrest and things. We're not saying you should not, but you have to be cocksure. When you're going out there, be certain. Because they create unnecessary panic for people in the first place. Secondly, if you want for settle score, you catch this person just for hold him to ransom, or you want for kill him because of you feel say you want for get him out of the way. How people go believe every other thing where you say? Credibility is important. That's one. Two, you don't do propaganda in serious situations like this, particularly government officials. We saw the first tweets they came out at the county boy. The first tweets will come out. So we're not even asked that because we don't want to politicize this whole thing or begin to go into personal. But the first tweet that came out shows that the president is in Ghana. So we're going to ask a question. Was the president in Sierra Leone when this happened? Yes or no? Was that speech shot in Sierra Leone? We don't know. But again, like the media people, they're able for no left for right. But today is not for that conversation. But I just wanted to highlight some of them things and then why we get to be careful. And like how T-Boy said, it could be me, you, or anybody that is dear to us. So we for make this we problem, we issue, and we for find a way for make sure say things then solve in we best interest. For me, thank you so much. I will hand them over to T-Boy Legun and last word.
Not tell me last word, and I really good last word. Hey,
okay.
I just want to ask. I want to ask one question.
So that.
No, I ask the public, not to you.
Okay.
Well, including you, if you say get the answer. One question. And the reason I want to ask this question, it don't play in my mind from Sunday afternoon right up till this evening. But like you clearly say, some of the discussion we want for put up is not for this particular topic of discussion. During the prison outbreak, we know about one specific political prisoner.
Which one? This one?
Which one?
This one where people
this one where they send a prison break. So there is one specific
Mohamed Kamaremba Mansai.
Thank you. Question.
So then we don't release Mohamed Kamaremba Mansai?
That's time now. I don't know.
Or is still in a prison?
I don't know. That's not the question we want to ask. I beg dear, anybody will know say he possibly you see or heard about anything related to Mohamed Kamaremba Mansai on this particular day, please highlight or send us some text message or inbox me. Because it's very interesting for no say they open up prison is a wanted, well, he's not a wanted, he's a political prisoner that has been jailed for a couple of years and be refused bail, but we didn't hear nothing about him coming out, whether in making way to police station, hospital, or wherever it is. Nothing. That's just the question I want to ask. Over to you, Juma. Thank you very much once more for giving me that time while we ask the question. You don't give answer.
Yes. So Stephen Nyale say he's out long ago. And then Asana Tunde say he's in hospital. Yes.
Destiny na YouTube say he's on bail.
Right. But he was in bail, but then in prison. So
yeah.
They said he might not meet in bail conditions. So now they say he been on the out in a hospital.
Okay.
Okay, so that's fine. Thank you for clarifying that. Then, but Lamin Bass don't state something, T-Boy, closer to what you said earlier today about Congo Cross. So Lamin Bass said the death of Douglas should be independently investigated. The only foreign Canadian journalist on the ground was pronounced dead at the 34 military hospital of a heart attack on the day of the incident. Douglas, who just like Umaru, has witnessed some facts, probably liquidated to keep the fact from public opinion. Anyway, we'll not discuss that much today. We'll leave that for another day. I want to say...
I just say you want to take another extra 2 hours.
No, I will not. I will not. We promised today that we're not going to do more than 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah. No, I agree. I think that would be something for another day's discussion. I think it's very important for you to look at the aftermath. That's now post stuff now. So we can we'll possibly come back. But we'll get for do a couple of more shows before Christmas anyway. So I'm not for to get maybe a week or two more. Because some of we get for possibly jump
so
on the back. We highlight say somebody on YouTube highlight say he was supposed to be going to Sierra Leone with the entire family, but don't cancel. Again, that's another, and this is the first time for the kids, and it's really, really sad because you want to
take your kids. As somebody way personal to me, we Insai been worried because he don't plan for go salon with his whole family.
Yeah.
But now worried because they don't know what the security situation is going to be, and that's causing sleepless nights. Because some of those tickets are non-refundable tickets for some people. You know, and we're talking about $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for some people. Rather than go lose from what is happening today. So the impact is huge. you know. So again, before we go, now the Kamarimba thing don't become a little, so don't get two people will say he's out on bail, he's in hospital, then somebody they will get doubts. Mabinti say, I'm not sure he's in the hospital. We didn't see any pictures of him when they said he was on bail.
That's true. We didn't. So, that's true. We didn't. Again, it leaves me with the questions that we're still asking.
And they're in a hospital. Whose hospital is there?
Yeah, then get Miliski's hospital. So basically, we don't see, even if he's under arrest at house or hospital arrest at the Ministry of Justice, we're not for CDD.
Right.
Just about clarifying certain things to the public, so the public knows exactly what's happening. Because then they also assure security and confidence. Yeah.
And he's not anybody. The guy in our opposition leader.
Yeah, so we should actually know his whereabouts.
You don't participate and contest on elections. So not to anybody.
But anyway, not start a new discussion.
Yeah, so thank you so much, viewers from Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for the discussion, the comments, and we appreciate you now all. And we will try for come back, hopefully, if we can, next week. For come and continue this conversation, or we can come sooner than that as things then they progress and as we get time. And we want to apologize again for we long absence. And as T-Boy stated, it's been very, very busy times for us. We get for put food on the table. We get for go friend with Antomot and other things. So while I know Sierra Media is not a paid media platform. Here, particularly when we stream online, we've never monetized it, and we did it particularly because we want to maintain independence and let nobody low finger not in nobody in mouth or anybody in pocket. So we maintain it to be our medium because we believe, say, African stories has to be told by Africans. We're not going to say what everybody why here, and we're not a pro-government media. We know they work for government. So not they expect we for canals and can sit down and talk about government. Our interest is the people of Sierra Leone, the progress of Sierra Leone, and humanity. So that is the approach we're going. We're here to hold accountable governments to account. People in authority, we therefore hold them accountable, not for praising them. So if that is what you're expecting, you're in the wrong platform. But still you are welcome. You can criticize, you are challenged, we use them. We not go stop you as long as you maintain decorum, not cost nobody and everything. So thank you. Stay blessed wherever you are. Let's keep Sierra Leone in our prayers. Let's be mindful what we do as we approach the festive season. The month of December, we're not saying gladdy, jolly. We waiting at the cold months, then try for brace up and stay well and stay warm because some of the countries will get for enjoy. But you only enjoy if you stay warm and healthy. Stay blessed and good night. Me Jumaba on behalf of T-Boy and the Sierra Media team, they say tata.